Listen up.
It's the number one voice of the tri-state. I'm number one. It's Cooking Up 215. So let the show begin.
Turn me up.
Y'all already know who it is. Your boy Smooth, and this is Cooking Up 215, where we get you up close and personal with your favorite artists, entrepreneurs, shakers, and move makers. And we here today with Arubas Halal
Kitchen.
Here we go. How you doing?
I'm great.
I'm glad to hear you here on Cooking Up. As y'all can see, we doing something a little different once again. You know, she didn't want to bring the frozen meal. She said she wanted to put it together for us in person.
Yeah.
So here we are right now. She about to get this all set up. So what you cooking for us today?
I'm cooking what's in stores. Salisbury steak and mashed potatoes.
Okay, Salisbury steak and mashed potatoes with gravy. So right now, we got the ground beef in there.
We got the ground beef. We got the seasoning mix. I'm going to finish adding to the seasoning mix, pour it over the ground beef, mix it together, form it in patties, pop it in the oven.
Okay, cool. Well, you go ahead and you start doing your thing, and we just gonna talk and work at the same time. I ain't putting my hands in no meat.
Okay. You need gloves. You got help.
Yeah, I ain't trying to squish no meat. You know what I mean? I'm just let you do all the
Okay, how about you do the pouring?
Stuff. The pouring, I could pour a few things. You know what I'm saying?
So, all right,
like
pour.
drinks. Some milk.
Pour the milk in the seasoning mix. I tell you when to stop.
Okay. Tell me when to stop.
Go ahead.
So, you actually converted to Islam in your 20s? Right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right,
So you wasn't born Muslim at all?
No, I wasn't born Muslim. I actually converted like once I found out my mom was dying. So, I kind of I was lost at the time. I needed answers.
Okay.
So
what you just took to the Quran, or did you go through reading a bunch of different
a friend of mine,
books or something like that?
A friend of mine, he realized I was looking for something. So he was Muslim at the time, and he was like, "Here, take this book, read this book. It might help you."
What was the book?
You had to ask that. The book was called something about science versus Islam or something like that. And it had a lot of correlations between the Dead Sea and how we're born and just different scientific facts that and it kind of based the scientific fact and then kind of versed it to the Quran.
Okay.
But it was deep. Like immediately from that book alone, I was like,
It had you hooked.
This is the truth.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you made the change, and in making that change, you were looking for halal meals, and you
Not at that time.
That's how you came up with all of this.
No, I was Muslim. My mom passed. I had kids. And
I'm sorry to hear about your mom as well.
Oh, it's okay. She wasn't Muslim. Mashallah. So after I had kids, I was struggling. I was facing a real tough time, and I was like, I just need some type of help. Like, I need some halal meals in my kitchen, in my fridge.
Right.
Or something quick, something that I can, buy at the grocery store, my food stamps. Because like I said, I was struggling.
Right.
And they didn't have anything like that, and I only ate halal.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm gonna make it. Like I'm tired of struggling, with daily chores, not being able to have something quick to eat. Still gotta wash dishes. Still gotta fold the clothes. Still gotta do all these different things, and I need something to give me a break. So
right.
In due time, some years passed, and matter of fact, COVID happened, and I was like, this is the time to do it. It's quick. It's easy. I know I'm not the only parent that needs some type of break. So, and it's good. All these other frozen meals, from these major corporations, major companies aren't good. And they're trash. Like, literally, they're like grade F food, and it's overly processed. So.
Yeah, everything these days it's crazy trying to eat healthy. Like I've been telling myself, I'm ready to just go straight raw fruits and veggies because
straight vegan.
Yeah, it's not even about being vegan though. It's just really more so just about being organic. I'm just tired of everything having so much BS
junk.
in it. Yeah, it just ain't nothing is good for you. Like somebody said something to me earlier about like vaping. And they're like, yeah, they say it ain't good for you. I'm like, nothing's good for you right now. It's like it's hard. Like unless you grow that shit yourself out back, it's most likely they got something in it that ain't good for you. So it's like
this is good for you.
It's a killer.
This is good for you.
I see it. I'm watching.
You need this.
I'm all up in it. I can't wait to see what it tastes
everybody needs this. Everybody needs an AHK meal. That's my slogan.
So it's AHK?
Arubas Halal Kitchen.
Okay, yeah. So I thought it was Ak. Is it not Ak? Like, you know, like Ak, like Ak?
No. Ak is really, like, Ak is really, like, if you want to write the transliteration of it, it's really AKH.
Okay.
Because it's Ahi.
Okay. So you don't say it like Ak?
No.
All right.
You shouldn't. People will try to say it like that.
People say it to you?
Yeah.
Because it's like, I seen you did like AHK to the world. Yeah, so I was like, Ak to the world.
Ak to the
like,
world.
That's how I thought it was.
Yeah, no, like if you want to write
it just
Ak.
makes sense because
It do, because I'm Muslim, right?
Yeah.
It do. I mean, I let it go. But it's politically incorrect.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
But some people gonna take it.
Some people won't take it. I let it ride.
Let it slide.
I let it ride.
Okay. So before this though, you wanted to actually be in like fashion apparel and stuff
How
like
you know
that.
that?
I told you we do our
How you know that? Where you
everything,
find that
you know what I'm
information
saying?
from?
We got our PR fame.
Oh my God.
She does her thing. And,
That was so long ago.
That was long ago?
Yes.
So that was like your early age, you wanted to get into fashion, everything like that?
Yeah, I went to school for fashion merchandising. I was doing like a lot of like low budget like movie sets. Yeah, like doing costume designing. But
you was doing costume designing and what else?
Yeah, for movies. Yeah, that's about it. That's what I wanted to do.
Okay.
I really wanted to get into costume designing, and I loved it, you know. So
what made you step away from it? Like, what made you decide, like, you know, like, all right, this not for me?
I would love to still do it. It just wasn't taking off, you know. And then as I got older, started having kids, life started happening.
Okay.
And I also can cook. I'm just a very creative person.
Okay.
You know, so.
Yeah, you got skills. You can do a little bit of everything.
So.
I feel that. So,
all right, so.
I know you use, like, you know, during COVID, we all, you know, got our little funds and all that type of stuff. So that was like part of what helped you fund your business and everything like that. What made you, like, decide that instead of, like, investing in fashion and invest into the mills? Like, that was the opportunity, you know, that was the opportunity everybody had. Like, okay, I could truly trace my dream. I got a nice little bag, you know what I mean?
Right.
And what made you decide and say that this is the way it was going to go?
Because this took off.
So it was already popping? Like, once you started cooking them?
Well, yeah. So, right. So I started selling platters.
Okay. All right. Got you.
I started selling platters. And I was selling out. Like, people would come. I was selling platters at my girlfriend's crib.
Okay.
So people would hit me up on Instagram. You know, I post a picture on Instagram. I'm Jamaican too, so I would make like oxtail, curry salmon, curry chicken. And so
all halal?
Yeah. 100%.
That's good.
And people would just like hit me up, you know, like, I'm coming, where you at? I'm coming to get a platter, and I would sell out. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna transition from the platters to the frozen meals, because again, I already had that idea years before.
The frozen meals.
Yeah, because I knew I could cook. You know, I'm bi'ithnillah, mashallah. I was blessed with a good hand. So, and not being boastful. But
how did you know? Because, you know, it's one thing to cook fresh. It's another to, like, prepare, meal prep, and put frozen meals together.
Right.
Like, where did you get that thought from to even go that route with it? A lot of people wouldn't even think to go there with it. Everybody else open restaurants and just sell the food, you know, or a food truck.
Right.
Like, what made you go down this path versus those angles?
Like I said, I just wanted to pay for something with my food stamps.
So you just so it was just about creating a convenience that you wanted for yourself. So, like, you saw it as a problem.
I saw it as a need.
You solved that problem.
Exactly.
Okay.
I saw it as a need. You know, there's a lot of halal food in Philly that you can purchase with cash, right? Because it's hot. It's hot food. But when you on food stamps, you can only purchase things that are cold.
Smart. Yeah, that's smart.
So I was like, I'm gonna make a frozen meal that's cold. You know, that you can buy because it's cold off your food stamps.
I don't know nobody else. Like, no, I don't even know like of a local person. Period. Black, white, that created frozen meals. Like, period.
No.
Like all I know is Hungry Man.
Right. Exactly.
The other people who do
Swanson,
you know
Marie
what I mean?
Callender.
Yeah.
All of them.
That's all I know of.
Yeah.
I've never, and we assume like only like big companies could do these type of things.
Exactly.
Like you gotta have a factory,
exactly,
and shit like that.
Exactly.
So how did you do it? How did you get it? You got it popping out the kitchen? Did you have to find a factory or something like that?
I'm currently doing it out of a commercial kitchen, but I need a factory, like ASAP. Like that's the next step.
Mass production.
So yeah, mass production, because there's major retailers, grocery stores that's knocking at my door, and I'm like, I can't.
Really?
I'm sorry, I can't produce that much right now, but give me a minute.
So you have a high demand right now. You don't even have enough meals on deck to even supply them.
I don't even got enough hands.
That's a good problem to have.
I guess it is.
Yeah.
But that's where I'm at right now.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yep.
That's super wild.
Yep.
So what's your next step? Like, how do you even go about finding factories and stuff like that? Did you look into that?
Cold calling, researching. People reach out too. So there's like some investors reaching out, like, how can I get involved? How can we invest? And right off the bat, I'm like, you can invest, but how can you also help? Like, are you in the food industry? Do you know any co-manufacturers? Do you know any distribution, companies?
Right.
So, there's some people that's on my line, and I'm more so like, I need help and the bread. See what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, it's like in my the crate, it's just never been seen. I don't understand, like, even like, you like, all right, I want to make frozen meals.
Allahu Akbar. I'm telling you, like, I don't even know how to, like, the idea just came to me.
Did you do some YouTubing and research? Like, all right, how do I go about making frozen meals? And
no.
just start doing it.
Because it was a lot. I mean, when you struggling, you think about a lot. You that's like the prime time for ingenuity.
You're just gonna figure it out. We're gonna make it happen.
Right, like, you got brothers in jail who make something out of nothing. They don't have nothing, but they know that they need something, so they figure it out based on the resources that they have and what they have access to. And that's really how it just happened. I was like, yo, like, I'm struggling, but I need this meal. I know I can cook. I got a hand. I'm going to do it.
So at what point did it get into the market? Like, when did that come about?
So I found out through, matter of fact, I was on Saul page, and she had like a live one day, and she had Jeff Brown on there, and they was talking about the incubator program. And I was like, okay, let me find out what the incubator program is. So the incubator program is basically like, if you have an idea, if you have a product that you want to take it to the next level, sign up, somebody will reach out to you, and then you kind of take it from there. So I signed up, and I mean, the wait list was like dumb long. Like, I'm talking about like months long. And I was like, I'm gonna sign up, but I don't think nobody really gonna reach out to me. So I signed up, and I think like 6 months later, I got an email saying, we want to invite you to the panel, the incubator panel. So I went to ShopRite. I didn't meet Jeff. I met Sandy Brown, and like other people, like the president of ShopRite, of Brown ShopRite. And they saw the product, they saw what I was doing, they heard my pitch. It was like, we love it, we want this in stores now. So I couldn't get it to them then, because it was like the prototype product. It was it was no packaging. It was just like the tray with like film over it and like a sticker on top, and it had no like nutritional facts to it or nothing.
The hood version.
Right. Like kitchen sink type. So I was like, all right. They was like, you got to get this and that. You got to get the packaging together. Do all these things for it to be like retail ready.
Right.
So that happened. Like it took me like 12 months, 11 months really to
just to prep it all the way ready for storage.
Yeah. It was a lot. I'm doing it on my own and from the muscle, like with no funds, like bootstrap and everything. Like I had to pay for packaging, I had to pay for designing, I had to pay for, I did my own nutritional facts, but like, these things take time, especially you don't got the money, no funding.
Right. You don't got the proper resources like these big companies got.
Exactly. I can't walk into the bank and be like, I don't have no money, but give me a loan.
Right.
It don't work like that. So as the money was coming, I was putting all that money into making my product or preparing my product to be retail ready. So, it took 11 months, like 11, 12 months. So after I finished, I got the product together, got it ready. And shout out to Uncle Dave. I don't know if y'all know Uncle Dave. Uncle Dave's homemade ice cream. He helped me a lot along the way to get that product together. But once it was done, once I got the design and the packaging shipped to my house and everything, I went back to the incubator program and it was like,
this is it. That's dope.
Yeah.
All right. So where we at with this right now? These ready to go into the oven?
These ready to go into the oven. I'm a little nervous because I didn't have all of my ingredients.
Okay.
But
we understand.
Inshallah,
we gonna make it work.
I gotta smell it.
It smell
right.
Up the bar.
It smell about right.
Yeah, you can tell a lot by the smell. All right.
Yeah.
So we gonna pop this in the oven, and then we're gonna get right back to y'all. By then we're gonna start, messing with the mashed potato, doing some more prepping, and we're gonna have a meal for y'all. So you already know who it is. Your boy Smooth. It's Aruba. It's Cooking Up 215. We'll be right back. Let's go.
It's our favorite part of the show. That's your favorite? Yes, sir. Chef, what you got cooking? You already know.
Y'all already know who it is. It's your boy Smooth, and we right back at it. This is not Miss Aruba, if you was watching. This is her partner, the COO of Arubas Halal Kitchen, Miss Danielle.
Hey, y'all.
Yeah, thank you for coming. You know what I'm saying? We
Thanks
appreciate you sliding through. So, when did you, become a part of Arubas Halal Kitchen?
Well, I met my good sis in 2020.
Okay.
And when I met her, she was like, I would always go over to her house and she would cook. And I just loved her food, so I would always stay. And then she would be like, I'm making an order for this, when she was making hot platters. Right? She was like, I'm making a catering order for this. And I'm like, all right, well, let me just stay with you. I'll help you. And I could eat too because her food's really good. So I was like, I'll help you. And just kept on going. Like, as she was doing, I'm like, yeah, I'm just around. Like, this one girl. Like,
You're just hanging out.
Exactly.
Chilling,
so you might as well. I'm not going to just see my friend doing it and I'm just like sitting on the couch. Right? So
while she's slaving over the stove.
Right. Right. So I would just keep helping her. And then when she came to, she was like, I'm thinking about making frozen meals. Like, I was like, I think that's a great idea. She's like, don't tell nobody. I was like, secrets, it's bond. But like, I saw her vision, right? And I knew that it was something that was needed. And I always say I would go to Jannah with her. Like, I'm riding to her till Jannah.
Okay. So how long were you Muslim? Like, were you born Muslim? Or?
No, I wasn't born Muslim. I became Muslim, what was it, 2018, 2019?
That's before or after you, Aruba?
That was after.
After you?
In 2013.
Okay. Was she a part of your process, in your decision
we didn't even
to
know
become
each
Muslim?
other.
For real?
Right. It feels like we've been knowing each other our whole lives, but it's real recent.
That's crazy. So y'all ain't had nothing to do. Both y'all made midlife transitions into Islam, and then start hanging out, became sisters, and you seen her vision, and you actually joined the whole thing.
Right. Yes.
So what's your role in Arubas Halal Kitchen?
So I'm the COO. I'm the head of operations.
Okay.
So number one, just making sure I'm backing her up, whatever she needs. If there's something, her plate's too full, she wants to look up something, I'm looking up this. Or how can I make her job easier as much as possible?
That's dope. That's hard too, man. Philly is it's hard to find a good team. Like I got a good team, but it's like you can't always find people that believe in something, especially when they not the one who thinking it up, like the one who not in control of it or who see it. You know what I'm saying? Who's blessed with the vision to say. It's different. Like it's hard.
I feel like
you're a
I
good
don't
friend.
know. Thank you.
For real. It's a blessing, man. People don't know how hard it is. So it's like when you find them people, like, you know what I mean? You gotta
I feel like
appreciate that.
people feel like they always have to lead. They always have to lead, but good leaders also know how to follow. Especially if you know you also have somebody else that's a good leader, follow and learn from them, right? Like that's my best friend. That's my old head. Like, you know, she's always put me on game, and I'm gonna follow it.
Right.
So yeah.
So you ride until the wheels fall off.
Period.
So let me know like a little bit about you. Where you from?
I'm from Liberia, but I was raised in Jacksonville, Florida.
For real?
Duval County. Duval.
How long did you live in Liberia? Like what age did you come over?
I was born there. I came here when I was 3.
Okay. That's still dope.
Yeah, it was
My
real
grandpa
young.
from Ghana. I'm
Really?
supposed to go over. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's super dope.
It's
I
real
always
close.
say, man, I'm going back to the motherland for
You should.
America on some shit. That's for real. I'm trying to get about this show.
All right, so listen.
Trying to get my bag right. It's gonna be cooking up Africa in a second, like real rat. You know what I mean? I'm jumping
As
on
you
the boat.
should.
Got me fucked up. I'm trying to slide. You know what I mean?
No, literally, it's beautiful.
I know it is
beautiful.
gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? They don't show that side all the time, but it's definitely dope. So, do you know how to cook?
I do know how to cook. I know how to cook more so Liberian dishes. So I
about
learned a
to
lot
ask
of my American dishes from her.
That's hard. Y'all never thought about like combining some of your Liberian cuisine with the halal dishes, and boom, then you got like a Liberian.
You know,
When we sold platters.
yeah, when we sell platters, you mix it up.
Okay. A frozen joint would be hard though, cause I never seen no like African food ready to go. Never. You always gotta go to like Will and
get
Ash,
it
get you a
hot.
fresh
Yeah.
joint. Yeah.
Who knows what's in store?
That's hard. Y'all should definitely think about that. Make sure y'all have my 10% in the contract. That's all. You know what I'm saying? My finder's fee. My idea fee. Yeah. So you got into this like 2020 you said?
No, I met her in 2020.
Oh, you met her in 2020,
And-
but once you started, you was there around while she was cooking and everything.
Yes, and then like as it was starting like really hone down, like and she sat me down. She was like, "Delta, it's getting serious. Like, what you want to do? Like, I love you. I love your support. And what you want to do?"
And you was like, I want a serious position.
Yeah, she offered it to me. Yeah, she offered it to me. Yes,
You ride.
of course. Like,
So is this something you see like a long term? Are you down for the long ride of the vision?
definitely, because number one, like this is something that as Muslims we don't have. Like, right? So just that in itself is monumental. And why would you not want to support it? Right? Number one, that's my sis. And if I really want to see my sister win, I'm gonna see my sister win, right? Number two, look at it.
Yeah, these joints
like,
look amazing.
exactly.
I know we almost done. How we looking over there, Rube? Oh, I see plates. I see plates.
Look.
All we waiting on is the gravy.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks good,
We
tastes
almost
better.
there, y'all. Look good, tastes better.
Yeah.
Look at that presentation. You know what I'm saying?
See that? AHK to the world.
Yeah.
This is not your average TV dinner.
It's saying
Nothing like this in
it's
the
straight
world.
freshly made, fresh cooked.
What?
That's crazy. So y'all cook it fresh,
Yes.
and then throw it in the containers and the boxes and everything.
Yeah,
That's
so
hard.
we're bootstrapping.
Yeah, cause I feel like I haven't had like a TV dinner type meal since like back in the day. They used to have the little kids joints. They was blue, come with like a brownie and applesauce. You ever had those before?
Yeah.
They used to be my shit.
They,
I try to stay away from
they
them now.
taste so processed though.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like even I'm not even like a microwave dude right now. Like I'm straight like convection oven.
Listen, you can pop this in a
type box.
convection oven too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cause I don't want to kill the nutrients. So you know what I mean. I might
I even
air
feel
fry
like
that
with
joint a
this,
little bit.
you can't air fry
Can't
it.
put it. Can't put it in
That
the
one
air
you
fry.
can't do. Not that meal anyway.
Oh, I see y'all got this. Got everything
Yeah,
on
it
there
got the
too.
instructions. It's legit.
All the ingredients. So, what about this process was the hardest for y'all?
I feel like I kind of feel like we're now in the hardest part, where it's like just
keeping up with the man.
Yeah, the man's high. Like, you know, it's the streets need it.
Yeah,
like
they call it.
The streets is calling. Like, and we just trying to pick up every call for real. Like, yeah.
And she was telling me like she trying to get into like a bigger production warehouse type vibe so that y'all can actually
get a
provide for all the markets that's calling right now.
Like get a co-manufacturer, co-packaging. Like that's really the move, and that's the hardest part because where are y'all? Where are y'all? Like,
that's crazy. So I mean, I guess that's a good problem to have. So it wasn't like hard to get up to this point. Like it wasn't no real difficulties. Like did y'all ever get to a point where you felt like calling it quits? Like man,
calling it quits? No, it's hard. You have the ups and downs, but I feel like to be like, no, you know what? Wrap it up. Yeah. No.
So did you attend the Women's Tech Talk with her?
Yes.
Recently?
Black Women Talk Tech.
How was that? Yeah, Black Women Talk Tech.
It was great. It was like meeting all those investors and just pitching the product to them and just really seeing how their eyes light up because all they see is money. Like it kind of, like this is $1 billion product. Right. Like we just need to get it in front of the right people and we just need to do the right things and like, it's like, But honestly, that's something I knew when she first told me. So it's like.
Was it awkward being Black Muslim women at this thing? Like, or was it a lot of Muslims there?
We found it was one Muslim sister. It's I wouldn't say awkward, but it's all we're mainly always the minority in the spaces that we enter.
Okay,
yeah, like Black Muslim women. Like it's just
because it's not too many. I mean, you have a lot of halal businesses, like, you know, especially if you from our area, you know, we in West Philly, so you go to Cousins, you're going to find a million halal different things and then of this sort, but this is in like ShopRite, you know, this is at your local market.
This is the first, like, American style halal frozen TV dinner.
Right, yeah. So it's different. I feel like it's a whole different approach, and to be ran by two ladies is monumental, you know what I'm saying? I don't think there's too many female Muslims, you know, running business out here or like at the forefront of business, really putting their face out there at the same time.
Alhamdulillah.
I like to see it. I like to see it. I'm glad y'all doing it. I look forward to see, you know, what y'all got next. Is there another mill lined up behind this mill?
Definitely.
Okay. Do I get to know what that mill is or not yet?
Not yet anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So y'all gonna do this thing and take it all the way out there and then introduce some variety.
Right. Like when we say AHK to the world, like it's really to the world. Like this ain't stopping anytime soon. Inshallah.
Yeah, that's hard. All right, how we looking, Aruba?
We're almost done.
We almost done.
That gravy look delicious.
Yeah, definitely look good. I can't wait to taste it. The mashed potatoes look great.
I'm trying to offset it a little bit because I ain't put enough salt in the Salisbury steak to offset the gravy.
I'm almost certain it's probably gonna be perfect. I look forward to tasting it. So I know y'all just came from a tasting too. Y'all did like the tastings at ShopRite?
Yes, I just come from there, but yes, we did have a tasting
you didn't go
today.
Y'all did multiple tastings though. Didn't y'all do tastings prior or before that other time?
We do tastings twice a week.
Okay. What's the reaction that y'all normally get?
People love it.
People love it.
Oh, this is so good. Oh, this is so flavorful. It's frozen? And it's like, you just warm it up.
Like it tastes homemade.
Right, it tastes homemade. Like, especially when the kids eat it, like, oh, this joint popping. Like, this tastes like my mom make it. This tastes like my grandma make it. And it's like,
It's some seasoning in there.
Right.
You know, the other joints don't put, you gotta put some
you gotta wrap it up yourself.
You gotta do a second hand on that thing. Like, they just prepare the main dish. You gotta come in there joint with cheese. You gotta come with your seasoning. You gotta come with your pepper, your salt. You gotta doctor it all the way up. You know what I mean? Yeah. By the time I'm done with a meal, it's a whole different meal.
Right.
It's a whole new thing. I done turned this to a concoction. For real. All right. You ready for it, Chef?
I'm about to put
some gravy on there now. All right, give us a second, y'all. We about to get these plates popping. 2 seconds. What were you doing prior to this?
I was a
I know she was
consultant.
into fashion, so what were you into?
Well, I just graduated college not that long ago.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What you major in?
African American Studies and Education and Public Policy.
Okay, that's dope. What's your aspirations in that?
My aspirations was to enter the education field.
Like you wanted to be a teacher?
No, I wanted to deal with education
Come a little
policy.
closer for me. I'm sorry, just get you on.
I wanted to deal with education policy and like how the school system and the way it's ran affects Black kids.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. It's set up exactly how they want it to work.
It is. Now that's the thing. Now you got into it for that, but do you think that they would allow change in that space like that?
No, and that's kind of the reason why I didn't.
Like run full speed into it?
Right, exactly. Because it's like the higher up you go, you realize the people who are making the most decisions are the one with the most money, and not more so the one with
the education or
exactly, or the ones who care about the students. Right, like the ones who make the decisions don't really care about the students.
Right,
it's the ones who have the most money.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all the policies show that. So.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's a hard job. It's dope though that you went into that. Maybe
yeah,
you know.
it was very eye opening.
Yeah. That's hard. Y'all ready for it? All right.
Keep back here.
We hungry now. You know what I mean? Stomach growling. Once I see food, you know what I mean? I need food now. You know when you see it, your stomach start growling.
Where the parsley at?
They look beautiful already.
No, they gotta get parsley.
She talking. Aruba, how we looking? You ready for me?
We ready.
We ready?
Ooh.
It's time. It's time. All right, let's
Delicious.
move this out the way so they can see the real thing now. Yeah, this looking good. It's just looking delicioso.
It sure is.
You got us some forks. We get to dive in live on camera.
Yep.
All right.
See
Let's go. That's good. And she did this right here.
What?
That's crazy. And it's the same thing y'all package up. And so,
Imagine just whenever you want this, just open your freezer and get it.
that's lit. Definitely way better than them other Jones. The yellow box Jones. I don't want to say their name, they might try to sue me. You know what I'm saying?
And the red boxes too.
all of them.
Yeah,
Right.
it's good. It's lit. I can just keep eating. They know how I get caught up with the food. That's it though. How you stop yourself from eating all your food all the time?
You're tired of it.
As the chef always don't want to eat. Like the chef always tired of their own food. That's good though. And I like how you got like a different take on meatloaf. When I think meatloaf, I think like the whole big loaf of meat. What made you go patty wise for it?
Cost wise. It's cheaper to do it that way.
I think it worked out well. Is it like it even get the meat, like the meat still got a nice little meatiness in the middle, but it ain't too much meat. It got like a little crust on the edge and the outside. This thing lit. This thing good. That making me look crazy. Look, I'm damn near done. Now I gotta slow down. I'm gonna pause it because I'm gonna have me looking.
No, go ahead, dude. Do your thing.
It's good. You don't want to have me looking all crazy.
No.
Now I gotta go to the gym tomorrow.
Listen, me too.
So when it comes down to these meals, like, are they like high in calories or anything like that? Like, is this something like if you was on a diet, you could still get busy with these?
Yes, reason being. And because it's not processed. And so, it's low in sodium. It's a lot lower
Than other things, right? If they told you, because when you get in bed with those bigger companies, they the ones that kind of steer you down those paths when it comes down to processing and all like that. Would you ever go that route, or in order to be halal, do you have to stay away from those things?
I have to stay away from those things, just
Okay.
because, just based off of integrity. Like, you know, if they said, listen, this is the only way you're going to make it to this level, but you got to add some non-halal meat, I said, well, I'm going to stay in this level. Because
Period.
I would never.
That's dope. You ain't selling out for the bag.
I ain't selling out. No, because it's bigger than that.
So let's say, what's your 10-year plan?
10
10 years, where you see
years,
Arubas Halal Kitchen?
1,600 stores.
Worldwide? That's dope.
Yeah. I think we meet that inshallah before 10 years, but
Oh, yeah?
Inshallah.
Okay. I look forward to it, man. So I need y'all to tell everybody how to follow you, where they can find these meals at, everything like that. That's your camera right there.
and follow us on Instagram, Arubas Halal Kitchen, at Arubas Halal Kitchen. Website, ahalalkitchen.com, and we're in 16 locations right now.
Yep.
12 Fresh Grocer / ShopRite locations.
All your brown shop rates.
Yes, all of the Browns. Cousins on 5th Street, and then 3 Sunshines. The one on Lancaster, the one on Long Lane, and the one on
60th Street.
60th Street.
I know the owner at the Cousins up here on Baltimore Pike too. In case y'all want to talk to him and get in there.
So
That's my homie.
Okay.
That's my brother.
Definitely.
So that's dope, man. I appreciate y'all coming through. Blessing me with this home cooked meal real quick. I'm full.
Yes,
I'm
thank
stuffed.
you for having
glad.
us.
I ate mine. I ain't play with it really that good. So y'all already know it's your boy Smooth, Arubas Halal Kitchen, cooking up 25. We out of here. Let's go.